Welcome everybody, and today I'm going to discuss a personal purchase that I made, and this is the ULTRON T103 electric scooter. It has a single rear motor at 1200 watts, and let me tell you, this scooter is extremely fast. It has 3 speeds, and that range is well beyond my comfort level. So the reason on why I'm making this video is to discuss some of the engineering safety shortcomings that this design has and what I did to fix it and what you can expect if you make this purchase. First of all, this is a seated scooter. This is the primary reason for me making this purchase, because I don't want to stand up. Standing up changes your center of gravity, and when you're going fast, that is not good. I don't want to be doing no Superman should I hit something in the road. So let's talk about the first problem that I encountered, and that is the seat. What this manufacturer did was they put a quick release clamp on there, and this is the original plastic insert that was put in here. You can see I replaced it with a PVC white version, and a shortcoming of the PVC is that it's not UV protected and it's likely to yellow out. So to combat that, I'm going to put some black electrical tape to keep the sun from yellowing it out and making it brittle. But the primary reason why I made my own was because this seat really sucks. 3 problems. One, I'm kind of heavy, so I'm not fat, I'm just heavy, and that puts just a lot of pressure on this piston right here. This does have a piston, but this clamp they had on there, the quick release, I ended up stripping that out. I had it on there so tight. It's inferior, so I replaced that. So the clamp that they provide, it's too thin, and it doesn't create enough shimming. So no matter how tight you make this quick release clamp, you're going to strip it and you're going to end up losing your clamp. So to combat the problem, I put a piece of birch doweling, and the dowel goes from about here to about here, and that prevents the seat from ever falling down. And once you find the position of the seat that you're comfortable with, that is a perfect solution. The wood is not going to scratch any paint. It could be easily replaced for whatever reason, and it's lightweight. So the other problem that I encountered was, like I said, this was too thin. Now if you look here, there's a line forming on here, and if I wanted to, I could break this in half really easy. What caused that? Well, there is a welding bead that goes down this pipe. So if you install this thing not where the slit is in line with that welding bead, this is what's going to happen to it, and this is going to eventually break. So primarily the problem is that this is too thin. There is absolutely no instructions that tell you the placement of where to put this plastic piece. And the other problem that you're going to find is in the hardware of the seat itself. And the seat basically has no instructions on how to remove the provided hardware. Well, the one that they give you is this clamp right here, and the manufacturer gives a very thin-walled painted version. I ended up replacing that with a non-painted version, this chromated one. It's thicker, and because it's not painted, it has more gripping capability between the interlocking teeth. So that solved the problem. And you know, if you did it right, if it's not slipping, you'll be able to take this lever right here and the seat will come up. And that's exactly what it's supposed to do. Naturally, by putting the wood in there, you're losing the ability to push the seat down. But if you're a commuter and this is the only position that you're going to want, it makes perfect sense to put the wood in there. Another problem I was having was the seat wants to twist and rotate. So by putting this extra thick PVC shim in there, problem solved. No more twisting, and the wood no more plunging down. So let me talk about another problem I experienced with the brakes. I almost had the front brake come off. Vibration is the enemy when it comes to these machines. I'm sure it's not unique to any particular scooter. Every machine is going to have its own unique problems. Well, these are the two set screws they provide, and they did not give any split washers in there. So what I ended up having to do when I got it home, I put 2 split washers, problem solved. You know, a little 2-cent fix could have saved my life, and chances are if you're driving on the road going down a hill and you lose a brake, that's not something you want to experience. And in America, that would definitely be a safety recall in my opinion. Bad news for the company. They could have done that, they didn't. Okay, another problem, handlebars. If you don't tighten these things down, you go over a bump, expect your handlebars to go poof. The same problems that you experienced on your 10-speed bike when you were a teenager, expect them to happen on the scooter. That is the reason why they provide you with these tools right here. Always carry these. It wouldn't be a bad idea to put a saddle pouch on there to have those on hand. And another thing they give is, well, one thing you can buy is a flat-bladed multi-tool. And I didn't bring that down to show you guys. I thought I did, but I left it. And I would always recommend having more tools on your person than you think you need. Okay, so another problem that I see with this unit is this little rubber protective bushing here. And this thing wants to fall off all the time. So I don't know what I'm going to do to prevent this thing from falling off. It's not a very good fit. And vibration, it wants to come off. So I'm going to have to design something that fingers down, that puts pressure on here to prevent this protective shield from coming off. So I think I covered some of the major issues. Oh yes, one final thing, expect your kickstand. There's 2 screws that come through the battery compartment that protrude out with 2 nylon coated lock nuts. And expect your kickstand to loosen up. And it's kind of hard to tighten those back down because you have no way of gripping the bolt head from the other side. So yeah, vibration, huge problem. So again guys, always carry a set of tools on you. Expect problems. Oh yes, here is the flat bladed tool I was talking about. The more you have on your person, the better. So these are some of the things that I did to fix my problems, and there's just a myriad of things that are going to happen. I think if you own any particular brand of scooter, every brand has its predictable problems where things strip out, loosen out, parts become ablated, and I've seen problems with the seats where this starts to get loose, and I expect that'll be the next problem. But I'm very happy with my seat fix. That's the most major problem I can see everyone having. These seats are just really poorly designed. So put the wood in there, replace this, replace this, replace this, and if you're a sit-down scooter person, that's going to solve your problem. You're not going to really find much on the internet that discusses how to fix it. So I hope you learned something today, and I'm sure I'll have more problems to talk about as I own this thing a little bit longer. But other than that, it's a great scooter, and it has a lot of power. I'm very happy with it.